Hey everyone, welcome into Warp Factor 10, our show about all things Star Trek. So we're, of course, doing our Season 3, Episode 2 reactions and review to Star Trek Lower Decks, The Least Dangerous Game. So we're going to be talking about that. But before we move on, I just want to let all of you know, all of you viewers, that there are going to be spoilers. So this is a spoiler alert for all of you. So, of course, we have an image of Mariner there. And this is a spoiler alert. So if you have not watched Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 2, please go and watch that. And then come back and watch our episode here, our video. Because we're going to be talking about the episode. And there's going to be a lot of spoilers thrown in. So that is your warning. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the jinx of the episode. So I want to start off with the board game.
Oh, I love this so much.
Oh man, this is so good, man. Good old Martok.
Martok?
Yeah, Martok, yeah.
And they got the voice and everything. Oh,
same actor, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, it's like a Dungeons and Dragons type of game. What was it called? It was like Batleths.
I don't know the same. Yeah, I don't know.
Batleths and Banooks or something like that.
Yeah, Batleths and something. Yeah.
Yeah, Batleths and Banooks, I think it was. Yeah, and of course Martok, he's the dungeon master. Yeah, it was so good. Yeah, but
I like that they make the joke. They're like, "Oh man, they got him to record all this voice work for this. Like he's really going hard on it."
Yeah.
It's almost like very meta reference, like because they're kind of implying that, like, yeah, they got the actor who played Martok to actually do the voices in the real show.
Yeah, it was so good. Burley, what'd you think of that, man?
I was so glad to see him back, just to do the voice, and he does such a good job because he was a character in Deep Space Nine I really loved. So just having him, even if it's just for a little cameo for this D&D game.
Well, supposedly this season they're going to Deep Space Nine, so we might get more of Martok later.
I hope we do, because he was just so good, and I love like the reactions. They're like, "Oh, we're just having fun here. We'll roll the dice. Something good's gonna happen. You die." Stuff like that. Just like I love the reactions, and then
you die.
In the end of the episode, when Boimler like he's trying to be bold, and they just like he rips off your arm and kills you with it. And it's not an honorable death because technically you died by your own hand.
Yeah, so good.
I love
it. So good, man. So good. And then, of course, we have the dynamic, of course, with the commander, and Mariner. Obviously, Mariner, she gets herself into a lot of trouble and like being insubordinate in a sense. And so the commander, they're going off to this one planet to basically try to fix their orbital lifts is what they're called. I mean, like space elevators, but they're basically orbital lifts on this planet where the Dulanians are. And it's like they're supposed to work together. But it's interesting that the two engineers that were with them, it's like the commander sends them off to do all the diplomatic work. And it's like he stays there with Mariner to do all the engineering stuff to try to fix that orbital lift. What'd you guys think of that part? Carl, go ahead, man. Yeah.
Oh. No, Burley, you can start. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Burley. Go ahead.
I love that just before they go into it, she's like, he's riding me so hard, and then he calls her, and she's like, "What? We still got like an hour and a bit." And he says, "No, you need to be early, so you need to go for that." Yeah. And she comes down there, and as she's like working and doing this stuff, he's just like lifting the one thing like it's a weight, and he's like, it'll go faster by two people doing this, working together. And it's just and he's like, "No, you've got it," and pretty much then just starts lifting on the top of the roof there, just being total oblivious and an ass.
Yeah.
I like his character. I like them being paired together. They've done it before in other episodes, and now obviously we're gonna get it some more.
Yeah, and then those other two, they go to do diplomatic work. So they're like having all the fun down there, you know. It's like, you know, getting all the massages and everything. But little do they know what's coming later on in the episode.
Yeah,
but,
this is definitely a reference to, I don't know the name of the episode, right? But that Next Generation episode where they go down to the planet and although
Risa, maybe Risa.
It wasn't Risa. It was another
wasn't
planet.
Risa. Okay.
Everyone runs. They always ran, right? They were always jogging. Everyone was
Uh-huh.
fit. They were wearing like skimpy clothes. And it was Wesley, I think, who gets in trouble because like he's playing with them and then like he falls into some like section that they're like, oh my God, no, you can't go in that section. Now you have to die or something like that. It's exactly. Huh?
Yeah, it was Wesley, I think, that did.
Yeah, it's exactly like a reference to that episode, and I'm like and I love that. They're referencing. I love when they do all these great callbacks or referencing stuff. You know, they'll drop when she does the dive down to the planet.
Yeah.
That's definitely referencing that Star Trek movie.
The first what was it, the Kelvin timeline
Abrams,
Star Trek
right?
movie.
The J.J. Abrams one.
Yeah. So and then let's get to Boimler. I mean you know, he's the B plot. I mean, it's like the character obviously that he runs into in the bar. You know, obviously he's trying to build up his self-esteem because, you know, he finds out that this other ensign was like promoted to captain, you know, and it was because that this other, you know, person was taking more chances, and, you know, actually, you know, doing things rather than turning things down. And so, you know, Boimler, he's in the bar, you know, and then, of course, this, what is it? I don't know what species this character was.
I don't remember. I think they say it. I don't
think they do say it. I can't remember, but I do like it because, like, just leading up to this, because he's like, as they're playing the D&D game, and he's like, this person became a captain. I always thought I'd be promoted, and they're like, well, what have you done? Oh, I've done nothing, and I just thought it would happen. She's like, well, you gotta be outgoing. You gotta do and take the jobs take the job no one want to do. Just take more jobs. And then he's been going around doing all these other little jobs here and there. One of them was like singing in a choir thing. And he's like, you have an angel's voice and all that.
But then he goes into the bar, and of course this character, his name is Cratch, comes up and says, do you want to be the hunted? And actually that's the voice of Nolan North. Obviously, if you're into video games, obviously, you know, he's a very famous voice actor in a lot of video games. So, I mean,
he also has a cameo in the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
I like the whole series of events going on with Boimler and how it's like, everything he does leads to him getting into another thing. You know, like you said, the voice thing, it was funny because he was playing like the racquetball type game.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, the way you scream, I think you have a great voice.
Yeah.
It just keeps leaning to like new things and then getting, recommendations from different people. And it's very much like Yes Man, right? Like him just saying yes to everything, you know, that idea.
Yeah.
And this Predator type guy is obviously a riff on the Predator.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, like his personality and the sort of like cultural aspect, like I just need to hunt and tonight blood, and I found him more interesting than any Predator.
Yeah. And it's funny how he's like running through the corridors trying to get away from him, and then he goes into the one of the dock areas, and then he sees like he goes back into the room where the game board is, and it's like then Martok starts giving him another lecture about you have to stand up for yourself.
And he's like every time the hunted always becomes the hunter. So he's like, but just don't stand there. You gotta duck and weave. You know, he's taking the selfies of him after he stabbed him with the.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
I love it.
But before that, it's funny how he's running through the corridors and then he runs up to the captain. He's like, I'm being followed. I'm being chased. And then the captain's like, oh, we can't have that here. And then it's like, and his name was Cratch. Oh, I know Cratch. Yeah, I had brunch with him. He's a charming character. And then he's like, just cancel that order to come in with security. And
And she's basically saying, yeah, we can't impeach on his rights, step on his rights. And then I love the guy that's hunting him, his culture, and it comes up to the captain, and they're just like, oh, basically, how do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great job. This is a great episode. Yeah. I had a great time with it.
Yeah, and then with the of course, back to the commander and Mariner. I love that part, like when she's like, damn it, I'm going to take, because they were the engineers down there, they were getting into trouble and all and stuff, with
because they didn't expose their navels.
So, but it's like, she's like, damn it, I'm going to take things into my own hands again. And so she does the jump, and then it's like, he's telling her, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, I really thought you were going to be insubordinate again and all that, but it looks like you're actually, playing by the rules and everything. So let's go ahead and go down there and help them out. And then she's got to like pull the chute, and then she's got to go back into the deal and climb her way back up. And there's like these little climbing stones and everything, because it's, of course, it's a, like a exercise type of culture and everything. And yeah. And then of course that beep beep, it's like having to go all the way like 8 flights or whatever, and then she gets up there and she finally runs into the commander, and she's all sweating and everything, and I was like, oh, okay, we'll just do the dive down there.
But is it Ransom? Is that his character's last
name? Yeah, Ransom.
Yeah.
Commander
Ransom. I like that. The thing is, and I wonder if it will happen, but like these two characters actually have a lot in common. The way they think, as you can see, like they both decide to do the same action, right? They're both very like they're both going to do like something wild, like to get out of the situation. Yeah. And I wonder if they're going to actually like have them hook up, like eventually realize like, oh wait, like there's something there. I don't know. Even though as weird as it sounds, like I feel like they could do it.
They could do it. I just hope they don't do it. If you know what I mean, like
Yeah, I mean, the way she's starting to, feel more comfortable around him in a sense, but still, she doesn't like him.
Well, she feels more comfortable around him. You know what needs to happen.
I do like in the end how like the payoff for him is like, it's like, oh, you're a culture that is all about physical wellness, and he's like, look at this. He rips off his clothes and it's his perfect body. Like, oh, we should listen to this man.
Yeah. And then they bring the two down, and they don't drop them into the lava. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. And so of course they go back to the Cerritos and everything, and everything's hunky dory again, and they go back to kind of where they were at the beginning of the episode, playing the Klingon board game. Yeah. So,
Bold Boimler.
Yeah, good old Boimler, man. So all right, so that's been it's great stuff. Yeah,
I was gonna say the last part of the hunt, I do love that they just takes the selfies and they're like, no, you're not gonna kill me. No, we practice hunt and release.
That's right. We're a hunt and release culture. We we catch you and then we let you go.
He's like, can you release me to a hospital, to the med bay?
And then he passes out from blood loss.
And then he just takes he looks around quick. I'll take another selfie.
Yeah. Just one more click. Yeah. Like he's dead. Yeah. That was pretty good. That was great. All right. So that's been our reactions and review of Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 3, Episode 2. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley and Carl, and we hope to catch you in the next one. And please leave us some comments about what you thought of this episode. What did you think of Boimler? What did you think of, the dynamics between Commander Ransom and Mariner? Let us know what you think. And of course, the Klingon D&D style board game. Let us know what you thought of that in the comments as well. So this has been Warp Factor 10, our show about all things Star Trek for Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 3, Episode 2. So we hope to catch you in the next one. So take care, everyone. Peace out.